Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Jordan Liturgis here. I'm just spending a little time doing a little jogging, and I thought I'd talk to you guys about something that happened today. It was kind of unusual for me that it happened, but that's the reason why I wanted to jog, because I wanted to get my mind off of it, and I had music playing, so I just try to get my mind off of the whole situation, because it wasn't a serious issue. I didn't think it was just one of those small issues to where it's like, why did this happen? Why did it have to occur? So I just wanted to get off of it. So I want you guys to consider this video as just another one of them inspirational videos, but with the story. So what happened today, it was like another routine day. Worked in the office, worked on my business job. I did some Taibo training earlier, and then I went over to the church because I had a funny feeling that like something was gonna happen. It didn't seem like it, but I just went over to the church, and I did some praying, right? So after I did the prayer, I walked over to the gym that I usually go to on Mondays to get a light workout in on the court and get some time in the weight room. And there was a situation that happened right outside the gym, and there was an altercation in the streets. I think it was just a couple family members just fighting and arguing with each other. And one of the deacons in my church was trying to get involved in the situation, try to calm things down, and it seemed like he was upset because he felt like he failed in the situation, because he was trying to settle things down between the people in the altercation, but those people, they were just going off on him for interfering, and it seemed like it's not what he wanted, and it's like you're just a normal person. Like if you go in a situation to where you see like a little argument or something and you want to try to settle things down, anybody can make that decision, but it was the deacon's choice. I think it was his choice to just to settle things down, maybe go somewhere else and talk about it, but yelling, arguing, and fighting in the streets, he didn't want to see that outside the gym, because the gym was a part of the church. So my guess is you want to have a good environment in the community. So I understand where the deacon was coming from. So I consider it as a small issue, because at that time there was a planned event for all the deacons, pastors, and everybody else in the church had to go to at a certain time. But I just went to the church so that not only I would get a workout in, but also volunteer for security. But it seemed like the more the deacon would have to deal with that kind of altercation, it seemed like it affected him when it came to doing something that he wanted to do, which was closing the gym and going to the church. But I volunteered just to keep the gym open longer, because there was a group of guys that was leaving the gym that I usually hoop with on Mondays, and they were like, man, they're closing the gym early because they're going to church. And I'm like, well, let me see if I can be security for the church just for another hour or so, and we'll see if you get you guys back in the gym. So I tried to talk to the deacon about it, and he straight up said, well, I'm gonna let you slide, but you have no authority of doing that. I kind of didn't understand that, because from my understanding, I had full permission of volunteering security at any time. It didn't matter if it was early when they open up the gym or right before they close, because technically they were just closing early because everybody in the church was going to another church for another event. So I just made the decision, from my point of view, I made the decision of volunteering in the gym. So I thought it was kind of a nerve-wrack, because the way he talked to me, it seemed like it wasn't him. It seemed that wasn't the deacon I know. Because it seemed like, I think that frustration he had in the streets of settling down the altercation kind of got to him. I should have just left it alone and said, hey, just come another time, but I didn't want to do that. Because in my mind, those kids that was going to leave the gym, that could have been those guys having the altercation. Like those kids that hooped, what if they were the ones that was in the altercation in the streets? You know what I'm saying? In my mind, I don't want to see kids fighting and arguing in the streets. When I say kids, I'm talking about guys who are 16, 17, playing basketball in high school, like they're playing junior varsity basketball, trying to get better. And I just go there to not only hoop with them, but also give them tips. And seeing them leave the gym, it's like immediately, like at the same time they was leaving, I saw the altercation, and in my mind, it seemed like the roles were switched in my mind. Like, it seemed like the basketball players was in the altercation, and then the altercation was the basketball players. Like, like that's what I was feeling in my mind. So I'm like, no, I can't see these kids leave and be upset. Like, that's what my mind was telling me. So, make a long story short, I did manage to get another hour of the kids to hoop just to get a workout in for an hour, and everything was settled after that. But this is my message. It doesn't matter what situation you're in. If you ever butt into a situation, sometimes you just don't want to butt into a situation, because 9 times out of 10 you're going to have a person that's going to come at you saying, why are you in the middle of this situation? Why you have no idea what's going on here? Why are you interfering? See, in my mind, if I was the deacon, I would have said, okay, I'll mind my business and I'll just walk away from it. Because see, sometimes when you got people like that, you don't want to be involved with them. If you got people in your life that says things like that to you, saying, why are you interfering? This has nothing to do with you. Just say, okay, do you and I'll do me. Plain and simple. To me, when you have those kind of people in your life, sometimes you just gotta let them go. Let them do what they gotta do. They have their lives. So I'm not trying to preach or anything, but it just kind of hurt me deep down inside, because not only the deacon approached me in a bad way because I wanted to do something that was right for the basketball players, but at the same time, I just didn't want to see guys like those basketball players. Like, I see plenty of guys 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 years old that are playing basketball every day, but then the next day I would find out that same basketball player is in trouble in school. See, us as adults, we gotta be role models to the kids. And that's what I'm trying to do. Like, if you guys saw my post earlier today on Facebook, I did mention that I was going to plan to be a motivational speaker. So, like I said, this is good practice for me to be a motivational speaker. So that's why I'm saying all this right now. But the key is this. If you have somebody in your life that just don't want anything to do with you, or is in your life and is saying things like, why are you butting in on this situation? This has nothing to do with you. This is none of your business. Like, that's the key saying. It's none of your business. Accept it and move on. Because sometimes trying to fight somebody else's battle it's not going to be a settled thing. It's going to be a war. Instead of a small battle, it'll be a war, because you have more people interfering. And that happens every day. That's life. I mean, everybody's going to interfere with some kind of situation. But the key for this video is to, yes, be helpful, but to be helpful to those who are willing to make a change in their life. Like, that's what I'm doing right now. Like, I'm trying to help people that's trying to make a change in their lives. If they're in a situation where they're frustrated, I try to encourage them. Like, I'll have people every now and then text me or hit me up on Facebook, and they'll tell me about a situation, and I try to encourage them. So, with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and finish up my last little half a mile of a jog before I go back home and get ready for work in the morning. So I hope everybody's having a good day. I hope that this video inspires you as it has inspired me, and stay tuned for more future videos. God bless you and have a good night.